Good morning, SKN. I'm Jamie Morris.
And I'm Cortensia Carty. And I have to say, hearty thank you, guys. I see that we made it to 900 subscribers. So thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to us getting to 8,000. Well, Jamie, we have certainly made it to the end of the week.
Yes.
Indeed. We are thankful. And we begin this morning with the local news. This from SKNIS. The Honorable Iselin Philip, Minister of State responsible for social development and gender affairs, has advocated for changes to be made to the work program at His Majesty Prison, which would grant certain rights to female inmates currently enjoyed by males. During her appearance on the debut edition of In Focus, the new St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service television and radio program on Wednesday, March 1st, 2023, Minister Philip said that women inmates should be given equal privilege. Minister Philip said, and quote, "One of the things for our prison program is that we try to engage the women just like we would for male inmates in terms of skills and educational development. Women are supported in terms of doing little crafts and those kinds of things," end quote. She noted that the Department of Gender Affairs ran a program for women in prison which highlighted several gender inequalities, such as women being unable to go outside the prison to perform community service. This, she said, is an example of gender inequality.
And to another news, this from One Media SKN. Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, in collaboration with the Ministry of Environment and Cooperatives, hosted a one-day workshop in St. Kitts and Nevis to sensitize the media on how to better report on climate change. As part of the European Union Global Climate Challenge Alliance Plus initiative, Time is Running Out climate literacy campaign, the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center has planned a 12-month program with media professionals. Chairperson of the workshop, Ms. June Hughes, Director in the Department of the Environment and Cooperatives on St. Kitts and Nevis, spoke on other initiatives the government is working on to bring more awareness, education, and action towards climate change mitigation. Hughes said, quote, "We try as much and in every arena to raise awareness. We raise awareness within the departments themselves and also with the general public of possible impacts, what we can do, what actions we can take to mitigate those impacts, and what we can do ahead of time, how we can adapt to any impact that will come," end quote. After the workshop and tour, the experts hope that journalists and other media professionals understand the possible linkages that could be made to climate change and seemingly unrelated stories to increase awareness, education, and knowledge on the topic.
We continue now. This from Win Media SKN. Former St. Kitts Nevis National Carnival Queen, Ms. Nakira Nichols, will be the voice of the Federation's youth at the United Nations. Mr. Cosworth Woods, United Nations Country Manager for St. Kitts and Nevis, encouraged individuals to share with Nichols all concerns and issues affecting youth in the Federation, so she can address those matters on global platforms. Meanwhile, Woods affirmed the United Nations commitment to support the goals and activities of the Ministry of Youth Empowerment et al. In achieving its goals. The United Nations Advisory Group consists of global youth leaders from different regions who share ideas or provide perspectives on priority topics that are passionate to youth around the world.
Time now for a check of our local weather. It's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 81 and a low of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Take a look at your forecast as we head to a break. More GMSKN in a moment.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moen Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Time now for the latest in regional news. This from Nation News Barbados. The St. Lucia Parliament on Tuesday night gave the green light for the island to have the Trinidad-based Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, as its final and highest court, replacing the London-based Privy Council. All 13 government legislators who were present when the vote was taken supported the motion. Prime Minister Pierce said he intends to write the British government providing an update on the move towards the CCJ in keeping with the agreement reached when the island attained political independence from Britain 44 years ago. Pierce said passage of the legislation made St. Lucia, quote, part of history, and the history books will record that on the 28th of February, St. Lucia broke the shackles of colonialism, end quote. Earlier, another former Prime Minister, Stephenson King, a senior member of the present administration, said he was pleased that the island was moving towards the regional court. King said an ordinary person would need approximately 130,000 EC dollars to access the Privy Council. St. Lucia becomes the fifth CARICOM country to make the CCJ its final court, joining Barbados, Belize, Guyana, and Dominica.
We continue now with international news. This from Al Jazeera News. Bola Tinubu, the politician long heralded as the father of modern Lagos, has won a tight race to succeed Muhammadu Buhari as the next president of Nigeria. Tinubu polled 8.8 million votes to defeat former associate turned-foe Atiku Abubakar and surprise frontrunner Peter Obi, who scored 6.9 million and 6.1 million respectively, to emerge president hours after three opposition parties called for a cancellation of what they call a sham of an election. Tinubu said, "This is a serious mandate. I hereby accept it, to serve you, to work with you, and make Nigeria great. I appeal to my fellow contestants to let us team together. It is the only nation we have. It is one country that we must build together," end quote. The former two-term governor of Lagos is seen as the most influential political godfather in current Nigerian history, lost his home state of Lagos to Obi, but was ultimately successful in his bid to become Nigeria's fifth president since the return of democracy in 1999. Well, folks, there you have it for regional and international news. We have so much in store for you today. Stay tuned.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao bango.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. If you tuned into GMSKN yesterday during our segment of The Latest, you heard about TikTok's announcement that they'll be introducing a time limit for minors. Something that I guess prompts a lot of discussion. Cortensi, what are your thoughts on it?
Yes, because I find kids spend too much time on their devices. I think the devices are raising the kids more than the parents are. And it gives the parents somewhat of an ease. Parents, not saying you're bad parents, but it gives them somewhat of an ease that they don't have to be at the beck and call of the children every second, because most kids, once they're smitten with that tablet, that's it. So I think there's a need to cut the screen time for the children, because eventually we'll have kids that walk around looking like this because they strain their neck from a young age. So yeah, we have to.
Well, it's not their fault that there's more engagement to be had from the device and the people in front of you.
Oh my God.
Just saying, perhaps we need to be more interesting and conversational. In any event, I think the time limit is an interesting development. I think it definitely would curb a lot of the time that would be wasted on the devices. So I agree with a lot of what you said. Will it work? I mean, there are mechanisms in place, of course. It's a 60-minute time limit as far as I'm aware. So when that happens, then the passcode has to be entered.
Yes.
And if you want to exceed that, I think there's an additional 30-minute.
For a certain age group.
For a certain age group. Okay,
Yeah.
so not everybody, just under 13, I think it is.
Yeah.
13 and under. So you'll get that additional 30 minutes once your parent enters that passcode to use TikTok. So no more than 90 minutes?
No more than 90 minutes for the persons that are under 13. And I guess for the 18 and older, or the 15 and up, or the 14 and up, do whatever you want.
Yeah, you could pretty much do what the other, what do you say, apps do. Netflix does this thing where they ask you, YouTube does it as well. If you want to continue watching, I suppose it's the same type of thing.
Yeah.
So granted, the only time I say that I don't want to continue watching is when I'm not looking at the screen. So, you know,
fair enough.
It might work for them. I don't know. But
fair enough.
it's interesting. Do you really think that devices are raising children, though?
Yes. Do you realize how most of our Kittian children speak now? And they're not going to the schools to speak like that?
No, I don't.
Okay, Jamie. The devices. These kids speak very well. They yank.
Really?
They yank.
All right.
It's a tablet. It is the tablet.
The tablet saved the television.
Fair enough, but
exactly.
But all of the things on the tablet are not healthy for the children. And sometimes even with my niece and nephew, we have to say, come here, bring that, come. And his mom or I or my next sister will just block it. Because there's things that are teaching kids like to throw things at each other, even though it's fun, and to be mean, and that's a no-no.
Do you have to teach children to throw things at each other? Anyway, that's a whole other story.
You don't have to, but you don't want that type of content on the device that your kid is watching. And teaching you to mash up stuff like although sometimes I say, Peppa Pig is a nice cartoon. People don't get me. But sometimes she's mean. But then I don't know if the mean context is to show the kids how not to be mean. And when you are mean to somebody, this is how you deal with it. But
I have no idea. Honestly, I really don't know about that one.
Let me tell you, the things that are on, some of the things that are on the tablet, Jamie, shouldn't be there.
But then the question is, do you think that imposing a time limit, with the average time limit for users under 18 would be 60 minutes, would be sufficient to shield them from that content? Because they can access that content in, just about anybody who's under 18, they can access that content in that 60-minute period.
They can, but that's why you have to have the barriers to ensure that they can go to that type of content or they can go to this type of content. But I know 18-year-olds and people that are in their 20s that spend past 8 hours on their computer. They'll sleep until they'll go to bed around 2 in the morning, sleep until 11, wake up, and then they repeat the cycle over and over again. Like they live on their computers.
And the assumption is that they're not productive on the computers, because there was a point in time when I spent a lot of time on my computers, but I was productive.
You were productive, exactly. That's why they say for adults, 8 hours at work, and then you should spend no more than 4 hours after you would have completed work. They're asking you to limit it to 2.
Who says that?
Some research that I went through.
Okay.
Yeah, so they say 8 hours at work, 2 to 4 hours when you get home, but try your best to limit it to 2.
And if you're up for 16 hours a day anyway, plus you're counting commuting time, which might be an hour on average,
so you
have 3 hours to engage with the people in front of you. Again, when you get home, socially or with your friends.
Listen,
devices are useful like that, I suppose.
They are useful, but I think they take up too much of our time. For the average person that can say, oh my God, I'm always on my cell phone, I'm always checking to see who's talking to me, or I'm always checking to see who's popping up. I think that's why I'm not on Instagram or any of those other things, because I can't deal with the keeping up.
Really?
No, it's
I just
a lot.
ignore it until I can't anymore. Seriously.
But then the backup, how about that?
No, you can mute things, and if you feel like you don't want to go through it, if you don't go through it, or you go through it at particular points in time. I had to do that because I was part of groups with hundreds of people who literally would just send messages like, what are we doing today? Or did you, and by the time I got up in the morning, there would be like 185 messages of nonsense. And no, I just couldn't take it. So I muted it. Didn't block, muted.
Okay.
So that works sometimes.
But do we need that much time on our devices, though?
I don't think you need it, but I think that you are at liberty to decide how you want to spend your time. Granted, if you were a child, then that is going to be determined by your parents. So the question is, or parents or supervisors or guardians, because I do believe that there is a place for the use of devices. I think that we're concerned with the regulation because there are things that we think we can't regulate that well, and so by limiting the time that is spent on these devices, particularly among the younger people, then you're going to lead to, I guess, better engagement with the people in front of you, perhaps even greater cognitive development. Although I would suggest to you that what you said before is indicative of the way that younger people are, let's say, processing the information that is presented to them over these fora, or through these fora. And they're learning. They're articulate. They can understand concepts. I mean, it's not all bad.
It's not.
It's really not all
Not
bad.
at all. But the fact that they spend so much time on it, that is crazy. Look, we had television as kids, right? And then our parents say, Jamie, turn off the TV and go outside and play. Or Jamie, turn off the TV and go and read a book. Or Jamie, turn off the TV and go and do your homework. They limited our screen time. Saturday, we got the most screen time, but we still had to ensure that our chores was completed, et cetera, et cetera. But we didn't sit there and watch television for like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours straight. We didn't. Maybe as adults we did, but our parents ensured that we did some form of extracurricular activity to limit our screen time. And our screen time was television. Eventually, when we got computers, even the computers you were told you had enough, come off. If you're not doing homework, get off.
Like that. All right.
Yeah, get off. Sometimes you're not listening to them and they say, can you come off the computer? You're not doing anything. But you didn't listen to get off the computer.
It's a mixed bag for me, because I do understand the need to regulate the amount of time spent, particularly when certain types of content are being pushed to younger people. But at the same time, I think it does provide opportunity, not that content per se, but use of the devices in general provides a window to a global community that we didn't have access to when we were growing up. Because I do remember at 4 years old, somewhere I was looking up at the sun, and I really thought that St. Kitts was the center of the world at 4 years old. Now you cannot convince a 3 or 4 year old of that, because they're aware of the countries, they're aware of different languages, they're aware of cultural aspects, and so they're more savvy, they're wiser. But a lot of that has to be attributable to devices and what they bring to those children.
Yeah, and the devices are good. All I'm saying is that we limited their time. We don't just give it to them and think, okay, they're quiet, they're in a corner, they're watching whatever. Sometimes you don't know what they're watching until we catch them. So we have to be mindful, and we have to send them outside and play. We don't want, as I said, we don't want these kids walking around eventually like this, because if they continue to stay like that, that's the position they're next and going to be in. They're going to have shoulder pain, back pain, a lot of issues.
So here's my thing. Is 60 minutes enough? Because that's the average screen time. Is an hour enough? Is an hour too much? Do we need to,
60 minutes is enough if you're doing it for recreation, and especially if you have homework to do, I would say they could extend the time if you are getting this information from TikTok. For most of the TikToks I have seen would be persons advertising, persons doing the trends that are in. So to me, how beneficial is that to you for 60 minutes doing a trend when you could have been researching something or doing something else?
I'll argue that it could make them happy. They're learning the latest dance moves, they're engaging, they're commenting, they're reading comments. I don't know, it's again a mixed bag, but I suppose it depends on maturity level and how subject they are to being exploited in one way or another. Exactly. I suppose that's why it's being regulated to some degree.
And TikTok never regulated it before. So I think somebody realized, nah man, these kids are spending too much time on TikTok. Some of them are showing you what gel they put in their hair, how they sell their hair. And I'm not on TikTok, I just see these things pop up on YouTube. And sometimes you wonder, why is this little girl telling you how she styles her hair? So she's gonna get the other little girls that are watching her style her hair to get their mom to go out and get those expensive products that they might say, you can't get what she has because this little girl is somebody of affluence. So when I look at stuff like that, I'd be like, this is what's on TikTok? And with the various acting and the dance move and people memeing with the mouths and pretending to be the person talking, I don't see much that's beneficial. That's just my opinion, folks. To each his own.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we live in an age where we're talking about influencers, and what I saw recently on Al Jazeera, I think I was looking at AJ Stream, and there was a panel, but there is this author, her name is Aja Barber, and she was actually on more than one show on Al Jazeera talking about the trend of de-influencing, I think it was, because we live in an age where everybody wants to be an influencer. Not necessarily a bad thing, but then when you are basically pushing the message of advertisers, so then it becomes an aspect where we're just really consumed by what we can purchase, we want the next thing, etc. Then how do you de-influence that? How do you not become a robot, like automaton, automatically? I see it, I want it, I have to get it. And I think it depends a lot on, again, our maturity level, on cognitive ability, and the climate in which we just, I suppose, have developed into people who do what we see without thought. And I think, although it's a real concern, it does speak to the need to regulate these things, speaks to our generation and older generations being lax with certain things. Because although the technology is seemingly new and it's being used in new ways, I think that if we have to talk about regulating it because children spend too much time on that, we're missing a step. Because the first step should be, well, what are the adults doing when the children have these devices? So that is a backup, if I could say that. And I think it's more of a problem because, people are sounding the alarm. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad. But the question is, at the first level, at the first line of defense, you're face-to-face with your child. You're face-to-face with these people. You should be anyway. As minors, what are you doing as opposed to what the company's doing on the back end of it? So that's where I am with it.
So the responsibility lies with the parents before. Because I said the company probably would not have said anything if they weren't forced into regulation. Because somebody realized, nah, this is too much time for these kids and these things, and they're probably looking at what the children are doing on TikTok, and they're becoming concerned that maybe how they see it is not beneficial for the children to be on that long.
That's it. So we go to lawmakers, parents, lawmakers, everybody gets to work together. Do we work together? Depends. Can we do better at it? Sure we can.
We sure can. Yeah.
Guess what? Time is up for this segment. It wasn't 60 minutes yet, but we've got a time limit, so we'll be back in a moment.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Welcome to another edition of Infused Friday. We have another great infused water recipe for you to try out. Pineapple and sweet red bell pepper. I know what you're thinking, but this will bring a pep in your step. Here are some of the benefits you may experience from this exotic combination. Pineapple juice is rich in a variety of vitamins and minerals. It's especially packed with manganese, copper, vitamin B6 and vitamin C, all of which play important roles in the proper functioning of your body. Red capsicum or red bell pepper contains lycopene and a phytonutrient which helps to keep a healthy heart. It is also a rich source of folate and vitamin B6 along with antioxidants known to protect the body against free radicals. I know you cannot wait to try out this amazing fruit and vegetable infusion. Let's get you started with the following ingredients. You will need 6 pineapple cubes, 6 red capsicum cubes, enough fresh water to fill your jug or bottle. And the directions. Remember to wash your ingredients well. Chop and slice ingredients as necessary. Add to ingredients to a large jug or bottle. Stir ingredients and add fresh water and stir. Let it infuse, settle, and then serve into tall glasses. Can you taste the goodness already? Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Good morning, SKN and Studio 327. This is Tao Batiste, one of your biggest fans. Just you're doing a lot of things well. Keep on that trajectory. Greatness, greatness, greatness.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao bango.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
no cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yo, what up? It's your boy and Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Welcome to another Infused Friday, and we have another amazing infused water recipe for you today, which is mango, papaya and pineapple. So let's get into just some of the benefits of this fine selection of fruit. Mango juice is full of potassium and magnesium, the two compounds that regulate blood pressure in the body. Consuming mango juice daily can help one keep fit and maintain blood pressure and keep hypertension in check. Drinking mango juice also makes sure there is enough fluid in the body to keep it balanced. Did you know that mangoes are good for your eyes, improves immunity, great for digestion, helps fight cholesterol and may burn fat and reduces acne? Papayas contain high levels of antioxidants, vitamin A, vitamin C and vitamin E. Diets high in antioxidants may reduce the risk of heart disease. The antioxidants prevent the oxidation of cholesterol. When cholesterol oxidizes, it's more likely to create blockages that lead to heart disease. And finally, pineapple, rich in vitamin C and manganese, which promotes healthy bones. Pineapple is packed with disease-fighting antioxidants. Thanks to the antioxidants, pineapple has cancer-fighting properties. In addition, pineapples can aid digestion and assist in weight loss. Now for the ingredients. You need 1/4 cup of papaya, 1 cup of mango, 1/4 cup of pineapple, 1/2 cup of ice and 12 ounces of cold water. Directions: wash fruits well, chop and slice ingredients and add to a large jar or jug of iced water. Stir and serve in tall glasses. Refreshing. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
To Good Morning SKN as we continue now. Joining us from the new Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Aging and Disabilities are Janelle Lewis Tafari, Permanent Secretary, Saida Joseph, Acting Director of Youth, Maricia Brown, Coordinator of Disability Services, Andrea Keynes, Supervisor of Home Care Services, and Lindsay Adore, Coordinator of Aging. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Oh, I like that. Welcome to Good Morning SKN. All righty, ladies. So my first question, anyone can answer. What was the decision to launch this new ministry?
Basically, the decision to launch a new ministry came from a need for there to be more focus on vulnerable populations in our society, namely young persons, older persons, and persons with disabilities. It was felt that although there was some programming and initiatives geared towards them, there needed to be more focus, a more targeted approach to help them to become more empowered, for their voices to be heard, for them to get more respect, for them to be included more in all aspects of our society.
All right, so that was the decision, and you stated a lot of information that I think is really important. My question to you now, and anyone can answer, is how do you operationalize what the PS just said? Saida.
Well, the youth department, it's a new thing we're trying out. Let me begin by saying that, yes, my PS said a lot, but what we recognize as our single bodies, we needed a larger voice, right? We have always had programming, but in going through our calendar, we recognize that we would have left out key, because a person with disabilities is still a youth, a person with disability is still aging. So we are restructuring to make the accommodation across our programming. It's not that it's all of it is new, but we are merging. We are making an effort, an active effort now to merge everything. So I hope that answered. We're paying attention to each other.
Okay, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. So what are some of the things that are in place to ensure that the merger is smooth?
Okay, if speaking for youth, for example, with regards to our calendar, let me see. March, we have a lot of internal things going on, but come April, let's take the first activity, our kite flying, for example. Not typically, it would just be us advertising as per norm, telling them, okay, look out, we're going to be on this field, this time, show up and show out. But now, we are taking an active approach where even down to the restrooms, we have to make a conscious effort to include the disabled, make sure that we have those kind of setups on the field. And when it comes to aging, we're making sure that we have a pool of young people that are able to work alongside them for the different activities that are gonna be there on the field. So, and again, that is just an example of us trying to ensure that we work together and not forget anybody. There are plethora of other activities, of course, but we don't have our money now, do we? Right? So we're putting in the work.
And some persons may wonder why we joined youth with older persons and those with disabilities. And it's because we are trying to engender from very early that awareness, that sensitization, that there are other people you have to be mindful of.
Yes.
For them to get more familiar with working with persons who may be a little different from them, for them to understand at the very core, we're basically all the same. We all have the same aspirations. We should all have the same opportunities. We all need to work together to help each other.
Well, I'm getting the sense that this requires quite a bit of education, because you're not only changing the way that you do things individually, you're coming together as a collective. In relation to home care services, Ms. Keynes, what can you tell us about what's being done in that regard?
The home care service, where there are different home care officers throughout the island in various communities to assist the elderly in almost all needs. Bathing, combing their hair, cutting nails, assist them to the doctor, the supermarket, tidy up their homes. Any way possible, we can assist them, even to take a walk, to have a breath of fresh air. We're there to assist them with that.
In your engagement with those older persons, do you sense that your work is empowering them in any way? Do they relish the interaction with you?
Why they look forward in seeing the home care officer, especially if they know exactly what time they're coming, they are looking forward to see that home care officer come in to assist them, whatever means. Yeah. So our jobs out there is very, very important.
Well, I know that your job is very important. I can see that. I can even feel it. I want to know what the PS's feedback is to what you just said.
Actually, once the new ministry was announced, we got a lot of feedback from older persons. They were very excited and they kept asking, when is it going to be formed, when are activities going to be held, and what is going to happen. So we really felt that enthusiasm from the older persons, and we're just hoping and praying that we can meet their expectations. So they do look forward. They look forward to having activities, being able to socialize with each other, see older persons they haven't seen probably for a while, go to places that they may not have the chance to go to, and that those opportunities actually help to slow down the aging process. It helps to fight off bouts of depression and other illnesses. So it's really good for them. as individuals.
So Lindsay, I see you look like you have something to say over there, so you have to add.
I've been here before when we talked about the Seniors Enrichment Program, and it's really to empower older persons and to encourage continuous learning and to foster active aging. So like the Mrs. Louis Tafari indicated, that they look forward to the events. And like Mrs. Joseph indicated, that we had our first event at the History and Heritage in Brimstone Hill, and we had a good turnout of seniors. We had about 154 seniors. And our next event is our Kite Flying Festival. We will have the intergenerational, everybody will be there, right? So we look forward to, the seniors look forward to the activities that we host.
Maricia, it's now to you. Did you feel in any way that the disabled the persons with disability were ignored? They weren't seen until now?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Mostly yes.
Okay.
Because it's persons with disabilities. So let me say that. Okay. It's not oftentimes we say, and I've even been corrected, because before being in this position, I used to say disabled persons or disabled person, but I've been corrected by a person with disability, that the term is person with disability.
Persons with disability.
Or person living with a disability. Okay. Some persons, by the way, prefer to be called differently abled, but to be on the safe side, person with disability. Okay. But I say yes because oftentimes when you look at any event or any access to any building, they're excluded. I'm not trying to say anything, but if we were to invite one of them right now, they won't be able to come into the studio. You know, just the other day, Mrs. Joseph, we asked them, when they go to cricket games, what happened? Like, for instance, a cricket game, and they said they can't, if someone is not wheelchair bound, by the way, someone who uses a wheelchair, they can't drink like me and you. They can't drink water. They can't drink how they want because they won't be able to go to the restroom easily like me and you. So imagine being at a 2, 3, 4 hour event, and so you just stay home, you know, and it happens a lot in other events. So they just stay there. They just put them aside. We just plan because majority of St. Kitts or Kittitians and divisions are a certain way. We plan for them. But for those who are living with a disability, they're okay because it's only a few of them. We leave them out. But I say no because there are already persons who advocate for them out there. So it's not like I'm stepping into an arena where nobody has ever said anything for them. They have their advocates. It's just that sometimes, you know, it gets tiring for them. And of course, once you have more persons to be a voice, then the advocates, it helps them. So yeah, so that's my answer.
Well, here's my question to your answer. So in what ways have you seen successful advocacy? Because you're advocating for them. One of the things that you said, which really struck a nerve with me, is the access to buildings. Not only the access to buildings, we're in the city center on 4th Street last year, and I've seen, and it came up to me perhaps because of the complexion, color of their skin, tourists sometimes wheeling people, and it's very treacherous, it seems. But then you're talking about people who live here day to day, who have to do that day to day. So not only access to bathrooms, but access to buildings. You know, what are we doing on that front to ensure that their voices are heard and that they're included?
We have a lot of work to do.
Partnerships, perhaps?
Yes, I don't want to say we're doing A or B. There's certain things that are being done.
Okay.
Like for instance, remind me, PS, during COVID, when persons who have a child with a disability, they got income support. They got the income support for their child. So that's something. There are other things that are being done, but for the most part, we have a lot of work to do.
Well, on that, yes, please go ahead.
But what we have noticed is that there needs to be a lot of awareness this is something that most persons don't really think about until it affects them or someone close to them. Mrs. Joseph mentioned when we were doing the planning for the youth explosion and we invited the persons with disabilities, the issue of accessible bathrooms came up. And they actually reached out to one of the vendors who provides portable potties. And they're actually now looking at having something created that can be used by persons with disabilities. So there just needs to be more awareness, more sensitivity within the general population. And we're gonna, Mrs. Brown is gonna work with the association and the other stakeholders to ensure that that happens.
That's very good. That is very good. So we're gonna go back now to Miss Andrea Kate. How rigorous or how easy is it to screen officers that you supply to the home care or for the home care?
With you, I go to the very nitty-gritty. I've been a home care officer coming Sunday 22 years. I take my job very, very serious. I don't polish it up. I tell them straight up what the expectations is, what they're going to meet, how difficult some of the clients could be because of their complaint, their mental capacity. It's not an easy road. I'm not going to say I've seen it all. I've done a lot. I've had experiences over the years where I was hit. I was accused of stealing, and it was not so. So you have to come into this capacity of work with a mindset to expect anything and to do a professional job. This is a mother, a grandfather, uncle, an aunt. So when you leave that person and you go home, you're supposed to be comfortable that a job has been done very well. I take it very seriously. No easy going over. You're coming in to do a good job. Not just to put on the home care uniform, get paid at the end of the month and go home. No. You look good, I look good, my PS look good, the minister look good.
I like that. I like that. Everybody looks good.
Straight up.
Yeah.
So you're coming in, officers out there, you're coming to do a good job, quality service.
Like
that's me.
Okay. I can see
you cannot please everybody. Don't try to please everybody. But once you're satisfied with the service that you give, all is well for me. So you're satisfied, the client will be satisfied. You're not going into the house to mind their business, you're going to do a job. You do it, you come out, you wash your hands, and you go home.
I like that. Wash your hands.
Clean hands, I get the message. All right, we'll be back in a moment to continue this discussion. Stay tuned, everyone.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Good morning, SKN and Studio 327. This is Tao Batiste, one of your biggest fans. Just you're doing a lot of things well. Keep on that trajectory. Greatness, greatness, greatness.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band, and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We continue our discussion with Jana Lois-Tafari, Permanent Secretary, Sahida Joseph, Acting Director of Youth, Mauricio Brown, Coordinator of Disability Services, Andrew Kane, Supervisor of Home Care Services. And there is one more. There is Lincia Dorr, Coordinator for Aging. So thank you for joining us again for this lovely discussion that we're having about the new ministry. I want to delve a little bit now into policies, and Permanent Secretary, I'm understanding that that is your domain. So let's begin by focusing on the National Disability Policy. What can you tell us about that?
There isn't a national disability policy. Some years ago, work would have been done on a special needs policy. However, after that work would have been completed, the government or the country would have gone on to sign and ratify the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. So we have now been advised that since we have now become signatory to that convention, we should review the policy. So we're about to start that process shortly, later in the year.
And the youth policy?
The youth policy has been completed. Our minister is currently reviewing it, and it should be sent to cabinet for approval before mid-year.
I see Saida there shaking her head like,
yes. So we're going to put those policies in place to help to guide the work in these particular areas.
It seems very exciting. And there's also, well, is there an elderly abuse policy?
No, there isn't an elderly abuse policy. And from our interaction, our daily work, we're seeing the need for there to be protections for older persons. There's a lot of abuse that older persons are being exposed to, financial, physical, emotional. It's heartbreaking when you think about it. And we do need to have those protections in place. Just as we protect children, we can't have older persons who have contributed to our economy, to our community. And then when they are vulnerable, you basically kick them while they're down. Exactly. We need to ensure that persons can age in dignity and they can continue to feel respected, and what they have worked for all their lives is protected and not stolen from them.
So go ahead, Jay.
No, if I can, because this is something that's touching on what you said as well. In order to ensure that that dignity is maintained, it's important to have this transgenerational relationship. So how do you foresee the new ministry fostering that relationship or those relationships?
Well, from a ministerial standpoint, we have been trying to plan our programs that would include all of our target populations. It allows them a chance to get to know each other, to understand their similarities, their differences, and accept each other.
And fun fact, we had intergenerational collaboration in the youth department the whole time, even before we became a ministry. So we would have partnered with private bodies like Access Hope Social Club. So we've done a lot of work with them. So Miss Payne and the whole of them. I mean, we have an awesome relationship already. So there was already work being done intergenerationally. Right? So no stranger.
And we've been working with the Ministry of Education. So when we do birthday celebrations for older persons, we do have school children who would visit the older person. And they interact with the person, they ask the older person's question, they get little tidbits on how they themselves may eventually get to the age of the older person.
Indeed. So how was the launch? Was it a big fanfare? What can you tell us about that?
Well, the launch was a big event. We consider it to be something huge for the Federation. We were going to the list of who needs to be there. But because what we do is so important, so vital, and we need everybody to partner with us, we realized we could not invite everybody physically. So we had to unfortunately resort to join us via Zoom.
That's the way to go. We don't mind. You're saving us a little dress up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so you launched on February 20th. You've been giving us a sense of what we can expect long term. What are those short term goals, perhaps, that you have that we'll be able to say, well, the ministry is moving within the next year, by December, perhaps? What are you doing respective?
We are going to be finalizing the youth policy, having it tabled in Parliament. And then that policy is going to guide all the various institutions in how we address young persons. We are going to be submitting to the UN our initial report for the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Mrs. Brown and her stakeholders are currently reviewing the draft document, so that should be submitted this year to the UN. In terms of aging, we are going to be launching 3 senior social clubs in 3 communities, East Bastille, St. Peter's, and St. Paul's. That would be done this month. We do have some new activities added to our calendar, which Miss Dorr and Miss Keynes can explain. Yes.
So 3 social clubs, 3 senior social clubs. That sounds very exciting. I think you're branching out into different areas as well. Can you tell us how they will function? Is it that the elderly will come to these clubs at specific times of day, or how does that work? Mrs. Keynes. The social clubs, how would they work? Do you know?
Different social clubs.
The hours of operation. Anything like that?
I would prefer Ms. Doe to answer the question. Thank you. Yes,
okay, Ms. Doe.
We're planning to start at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So what we would have is morning devotion before they start, and then we would have facilitators, and then we go into the continuous learning. For example, in March, we're going to have kite making around the different centers, so that on April 11th, we're going to have our kite flying festival, where we have our intergenerational to attend. Yes.
You said continuous learning, so they're doing arts and crafts, and what other areas, and what will the facilitators that you mentioned be coming in to speak to the elderly about?
Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to have different stakeholders. For example, we were discussing yesterday how can the Ministry of Trade and Consumer Affairs speak on consumer awareness, consumer protection. So what we are doing is targeting different stakeholders within private or public, so that the older persons can have knowledge and continuous knowledge of what's happening in St. Kitts and Nevis.
That's nice. That's nice. I like that.
I feel some energy coming from you of excitement. You know, there's just this energy coming. I don't know if it's emanating through the screen right now. You seem very passionate about the work that you're doing. You're very excited to be part of this new ministry that's collaborating for the public good. If I could ask you to summarize the importance of your work collectively for the public, this is something I'd like perhaps each of you to do. What would you say? Yes, I love how this is going, because again, it's a new ministry, so people perhaps might have some questions, and so they want to hear it from you.
What I would love the general public to know about us is that, and not because I'm a part of it, I feel like we have the right people in the right places. In order to take care of our elderly, our youth, and our disabled, you must have heart. So I am sitting next to a bunch of awesome human beings. I just met her. Miss Lewis, I can't remember how I met her, but Marisa was my CARICOM ambassador some years ago. So, but you feel it. You just mentioned that you feel it. You are looking at all heart, and we aspire to be better, and we aspire to do an awesome job. Sometimes Madam Youth Director pops over and disabled, and I'm trying to see how I could fix disabled, because when I heard that they hear our programs that we have and they want to come, but they just can't come, that breaks me. And I'm like, and I went to them and I said, listen, I'm gonna make you a promise. We're all gonna be outside this year. And I mean it, and the team means it. So it's a bunch of beautiful people, and we're about to do a lot of beautiful things for a lot of beautiful, deserving people, and that's a promise. So
well, for me, like Mrs. Joseph just said, we are all working together to see how we can empower our different population and our vulnerable populations. So like it's a very, very good team, and I enjoy. Just last night I was watching the interview that I did 4 months ago on Studio 327, and I said, if the Aging and Disability Unit would like my help, I'll be more than happy to assist. And hi, it's God's work that I'm now the coordinator.
There you go.
Yes.
And I can see, as Saida would have said, the joy emanating out of your face. Yes. Right.
Based on the elderly, the senior citizens, they are very excited and looking forward to all the activities. We have a prom coming up, and they are speaking about the address. Yes. We are also traveling over to our sister island, Nevis. They look forward to all the activities. So trust me, the excitement is in the air. I'm looking forward to going. They're looking forward to be outside. That's our team. Be outside.
Everybody's outside
to have fun.
I like that.
Just promise me that you're going to send us the pictures of the prom king and queen. If you have.
Madam Lewis, give me a reminder, please. Thank you. Yes, it's a whole bunch of excitement. We have the flyer here. We leave with you guys to advertise for us. But going forward, the kite flying is another exciting activity. Nice. We're just looking forward to having fun with their seniors.
As you should.
Yes.
Of disability services, what I very much appreciate from my colleagues is that the events that they have planned, let's say for instance they have something planned and they want to incorporate 200 persons, they're going to come to me and they're going to say, Maricia, okay, so how many should we allot to persons with disabilities? They don't ever leave us out. All right, and so I appreciate that. Thank you. And I just want the general public to be aware that this year we're gonna do a whole lot of awareness. I recently realized that the awareness is not just gonna come from us telling the public these are regular persons like me and you, but I now notice that I don't want to say I have to, but I noticed that it has to start with us convincing them, as in the persons living with disabilities, that they are regular too. Because I noticed that even though they want to be heard, there's a shyness within them, so they're afraid to come out. So it's going to take some convincing to them, and then it's going to take some convincing, of course, to the general public that here we are. And that means we're going to have a whole heap of meetings and discussions with private sector and public sector. So when we send you that nice letter inviting you to something, please come or send a representative. Don't ignore us, and we can get things done. Even though a lot of the things are major, like some major changes have to be made, as Ms. Lewis said some time ago, it's about the low-hanging fruit. So there's small things that you can change, and for now, that's what we need, because those small steps they are the ones that make the big things happen. So we're gonna come knock in and just open your door, okay?
Please do.
Yeah.
And Madam Permanent Secretary, final word.
Okay. To bring it all together, as the country moves towards trying to attain the Sustainable Development Goals, we have to ensure that everybody, every single citizen and resident can benefit from our accomplishments. We have to recognize the value that everybody can give, the contribution that they can make. If we don't, then we end up, the successes are hollow, because persons will still be marginalized. They're not able to appreciate what has been accomplished. It's not a real thing that you've achieved if 40% of your population is still impoverished, is still not able to access opportunities, if they can't even go to enjoy World Cup cricket 2020, if they can't go to the music festivals, etc., if they can't get meaningful employment, if they're at home feeling depressed because nobody comes to visit them, nobody cares about them, they're being abused and nobody's hearing them, then we failed. So we need to look at the larger picture to make sure everybody is a part of that trust towards the Sustainable Development Goals and objectives.
Well, you've spoken, and I'm certain that that message has been conveyed. Might I say as well that it's worth stating that I'm so impressed that the panel this morning consists of all women. I love this, women in leadership positions. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Indeed.
We appreciate your work.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
More Good Morning SKN in a bit. Stay tuned.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
It's Infused Friday. Welcome to today's recipe. But before we get into that, let me give you some information about the benefits of H2O. Infused water adds more to your H2O. It not only gives you the same refreshed feeling that water does, but it adds flavor and nutritional benefits. Adding different combinations of herbs, fruits, and spices to your water can lead to endless combinations that are not only delicious, but extremely good for you. Helping to control bloating, because many women suffer from bloating due to excess salt or hormonal fluctuation. Water-rich foods such as lemon and cucumber can help control this problem. How does this link into relaxation? Well, if you infuse your drink with herbs that are linked to relaxation, such as sage, this often helps. What are the benefits of anti-aging? Well, if you add dark berries and pomegranate seeds, which are rich in antioxidants, this can help protect against the effects of aging. Let's talk about metabolism. Many fruits can boost your metabolism and help with weight loss, so be sure to add in your raspberries, strawberries, tangerines, and any other delicious fruit. Now let's move on to the recipe for this Friday, which is watermelon and lemon mint. Ingredients: 1 small cup of watermelon pieces, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mints. Now for the directions, it's very simple. You just need a pitcher and add 1 small cup of watermelon sliced, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mint. Muddle ingredients and fill pitcher with ice water, and you're good to go. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
There are some notable aspects of our Caribbean lifestyle that are considered an integral part of our culture. However, there are persons from the region who are not so enamored with some of these things. Here are some traits that may lead to having your Caribbean card revoked.
Ooh.
Wow. Well, let's hope I'm not on that list. We're going to find out.
You don't like
number one,
drinking
you don't
tea.
like drinking tea.
Do you?
Well, it depends because I grew up on Bonvita, right?
It's tea.
No, not like bush tea.
Okay.
Or Milo, which
So
is
do you
again not
think-
regional. So
do you think this means bush tea?
I would assume that it's implied, but not necessarily so. But I think it's implied. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I still drink bush tea, so I'm still Caribbean. But that's tea too, because back in our day, that was tea. That was just special tea, like Sunday tea.
What?
Listen,
Sunday tea.
I am proud of how I came up. That was Milo and them things was Sunday tea, you know. In the week, bush tea in your skin.
Well, there you go. Again,
Yeah.
Caribbean in nature, right? They come from the earth.
Yeah.
So appreciate them right here.
So Jamie had special tea every day. Yes.
And did I like to drink it? That's a whole other story. Okay.
So you don't like Bonvita?
No, it's not that. When I got older, I was like, maybe I don't like the tea thing so much.
Okay.
But I do. I revisited it, and so
Okay.
my card is not going to be revoked today. All right.
Folks, did you just hear what Jamie said? He revisited it.
I did. I did.
Oh, wow, sound like a whole project.
Who wants to drink hot things when it's 80-something degrees outside in the morning?
But
Seriously.
it takes the slime off of your stomach.
I understand
Yeah.
the rationale. I never said I liked it. I understood it. So
you prefer juice? Y'all, let me tell y'all the story about the time the aliens invaded. Not really, but everybody liked plantains. So, you know, Turtle Beach has this buffet every Friday. Sometimes I want to go smack the tourists on their hands because they're literally putting their hands in there and eating plantain after plantain before they move off with the other parts of their dishes, right? So I'm thinking, you're not leaving any plantains for me? But everybody like plantains, so even them are becoming Caribbean.
well, that was where I hoped you would get to. Since they have more than you.
Yes.
Yes, I like it.
But plantains are
I like
hit.
plantains.
Listen, Sunday meal incomplete without fried plantains on the side.
Really?
Yeah. Listen, my niece, she would start eating her noodles, and if she sees her grand fly plantain, she'd be like, I don't want any more of these noodles, and we already know where it's going.
Well, yeah.
Grand, can I have some plantains?
I gotta say, the sweetness of the plantain is probably what has me liking it more than anything else.
Yeah.
So that's really what it is. Yeah.
Well, in GT, I love the green one dabbed with the salt, with fried eggs and sausage on the side, and a cup of lemongrass tea without milk. Y'all? Yeah.
I think you've been warned. Just kidding. You should try it.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
else.
Y'all gotta try it, y'all. But plantainsarebomb.com.
All right, so what else is going to revoke our Caribbean card? You don't like sorrel. Okay, well, that's easy. I can't say everybody. I like sorrel.
Me too. I don't even wait till Christmas no more.
And no, you don't even have to consume it in a drink. As we had the agro processors here, they told us about the numerous things that you could make with sorrel, including cake, right? So if you don't like to drink it, try the sorrel cake. Pick it up on the shelf. I think it's in the grocery
You
store.
think they would like the cake with the mere fact that they don't like the
It's possible. Sometimes, you know, the whatever it is that you don't like can be, how do I say, downplayed. The flavor can be downplayed.
Not sorrel, you think?
Yeah, it can be.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Downplayed, and let me tell you. But
well, not me. I'll just.
I'm
I'll just find
doubting
something.
because sorrel has a flavor out of this world. That's why when people give you rundown sorrel, you're like, what is this?
Rundown.
If you're sorrel rundown, you're not a true Caribbean.
I believe that you need subtitles. We get for those of you who don't understand what that is, right? Diluted sorrel.
Your sorrel long from here to Sandy Point. We can't have that. We need the sorrel to belong from here to the chair that Jamie's sitting in. That's the only way it's good sorrel, because we don't want it to take. But you can't give us a sorrel that extends from tongue to Sandy Point. Back to regular programming.
Yeah, I was joking about the subtitles because I was watching something on television where I understood what the Jamaicans said, but how they paraphrase it, I tell you, wow.
Ooh.
You say plantains instead of plantain.
I will give that to the people that like to eat them with their hands. I'm gonna be like, no, it's plantain. And they'd be like, oh, we thought that was how it was said.
All right, so since you guys like to do this, right? Since you guys like to bring pronunciations up, can I hear the pronunciation of the word? And give me the British pronunciation of the word.
Word?
Because we're a very interesting region. We are former British colonies, but we are close to America. So we say things like America sometimes when we really should be saying things like the British. Plantains is what I hear on American television.
And that sounds wrong.
Plantain is what I hear here. However, it's interesting.
And what do you hear on the British television?
Well, that's why I wanted somebody to give me the audio.
Listen, there's this meme that's going around, right? If you say beer can with a British accent, it sounds like a Jamaican saying bacon. You know, I tried it and it sounds just like that. So maybe you should try it.
Really?
Yeah, use your best British accent to say beer can and hear it sound like a Jamaican saying bacon.
To all my Jamaican friends out there, I won't even try. It's not gonna happen.
I was surprised.
Interesting.
And a couple of my other friends said they tried it too, and they just took the meme from me and they're putting it up too, because they couldn't believe it came out just exactly like that. I was shocked. I was like, really? My best British accent, and it sounded
So
that
then
way.
your best British accent with this word.
Plantain.
That's not That's not a British
I don't know what the
accent.
Brits would say, so I don't want to say.
But it makes sense, and because you say fountain, right? Even though it's you say fountain, you don't say fountain.
No.
Nobody says fountain.
No, fountain.
But you say plantain. I don't know.
Plantain.
Listen, I don't know what it is. I've said it both ways. Whatever. My card is not going to be revoked over that one thing.
Okay.
Well, hello. You're not going to revoke my card either.
My car can never be revoked. Look.
Not for that.
The dishwasher.
Well, I've used the dishwasher to rinse. Come on, hello. That means that your card is going to be revoked?
Yes, because we're not dishwasher type people. Well,
Granted, you rinse them before you put them in the dishwasher.
Well, the
depending on
fancier
what
we
you use.
get, exactly, because sometimes all of these things say they do all of these things, and then they come out and you still.
Yeah, you've got the grime on it.
Mhm.
So interesting. And this is to say that we've gotten lazy, and you can't be really Caribbean if you're not using your hands. And
We're not working your finger muscles anymore.
Can I preempt the next one, and you're going to tell me that I hand wash all of my clothes? Just
Not
to be consistent.
anymore.
Are we going to do that? Just to be consistent?
Jamie, you remember the scrubbing board? Your
course.
family had one of those? Oh, man.
Did we have a scrubbing? That's the question.
Listen, we scrubbed the
No.
heck out of those clothes and put holes in our clothes early because your parents just.
My grandmother had this thing. I envied her. I don't know how she did it.
The beat?
The beat? That sudsy sound.
Yeah,
that you
the
make
scoop,
when you're
scoop,
doing
scoops.
that. And she did that with anything, and I would go and I would try to emulate that. It never worked. It didn't
Yes.
sound the same. It didn't do it. And I'm like, how do you do that? How do you do that?
I couldn't wait to become an adult to wash because I wanted to make the sound my mother used to make. And I don't even try to make it now, guys. Like, I did it already as a teen, so I don't want to do that. But now I don't want to wash. No.
Well, we make the same sound with the dishes. Yeah. Cling, clang, spoons,
Break.
sink. We got it. We got it.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
You don't like coconut water.
I don't think anybody don't like coconut water in the Caribbean.
You might be surprised.
Hmm.
You might be surprised.
What? Somebody near don't like coconut water?
I didn't say that. I wasn't the one who said it.
Their name
I like
starts
coconut
with a
water.
C? Is that true?
I don't know what you're trying to do.
I didn't call any names.
I don't know what you're trying to do. C is for coconut. All right, so.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
I don't think I liked it. Did I like it when I was younger? I think I didn't dislike it, but I like it more now.
Okay. You like it more now because you know the benefits of it?
I don't think it's about the benefits at all. It's about the taste.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not real. No, I don't. It's weird, but when I really like something, I'm not even thinking about the benefits. It's like, oh, I like this, and that's it. That's where I stay. When I don't like it, that's when I start to rationalize, oh, all these benefits. I really should kind of like it.
And you got to use it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But you roast, bro. Okay. Yeah. Y'all, I had to do this the other day, right? Because technically, I don't live where San is. And I wasn't going to go to the beach just to roast a breadfruit.
Okay, this is great. I prefer my breadfruit boiled. Where does that leave me? Half and half?
Well, still Caribbean. But yeah, I roasted it, man. When I was done, my stove had so much soot on it. So I had to double work.
Yeah.
Because then you're trying to peel it quick to get out the skin. So I'm getting a little, not burns, but you're feeling the heat. And then my whole place is just sooty. Listen, it tasted good with my saltfish. Yeah. I see. And plus, I didn't want to go set up the coal pot outside. I wasn't in the mood.
Coal pot?
Yeah, so I put it on the stove.
All
Yeah,
right.
because that would have been the better way too. But the sun is the bomb.
But we're talking about, anyway, there you go. Gotcha.
When we used to do camps in Tortola, and the Vincentians would come across, because it was a Caribbean camp for the New Testament Church of God, and they roasted breadfruit in the sand. Oh, Jimmy, you want nothing to that, boy? Nothing.
This is me and you in today's context. Climate change.
Oh man, but
the things that we did before, we know better now.
Yeah.
But they're still cultural, so there's this interesting dynamic at play, right?
Because when you go to St. Vincent, you still can get breadfruit that came out of the sand, that was roasted in the sand. Yeah, y'all, it's good. It's good. Don't the Jamaican guy, he roasted it in the sand? I think he has a little sand in that thing. Yeah, because I think that's how it should be roasted.
No idea what the Jamaicans do, other than how you guys speak. And I don't need subtitles for that.
And cook great oxtail. Yeah.
You don't like curry chicken.
It is not curry chicken, it's chicken curry.
Now, this is where, are we going to have this debate?
The Trinidad and the Guyanese are fighting over this.
Okay, let's talk about the English fighting over this.
Because it's the chicken that you curry. It's not curry chicken.
But is curry supposed to be an adjective? Because if it is,
curry.
wouldn't it be curried? Help me out here. Somebody help me.
Listen, it is chicken curry. Because the chicken gets curried. We don't curry no chicken.
What? Never mind. I'm not even going to try to understand that.
Somebody said let's not have that.
I'm not even going to try to understand that.
Listen, the Trinidad and the Guyanese is at odds with this. How you currying the chicken?
I'm at odds because I want to know which one is the adjective. Is there an adjective in this?
I don't think there is, but it's the chicken that get curry.
You know, like,
curry don't get chicken.
Really?
The curry. No.
What is it?
You can't turn up. Jimmy, the chicken that we kill, because we eat a lot of yard fowl and jitty, gets the curry poured on it. Somebody said barbecue chicken?
Gets the curry.
No, it can't be chicken barbecue. That's correct. But that one is incorrect. It is chicken curry.
You got barbecue chicken, so you don't say chicken barbecue.
Let me call out you guys here for y'all. Ring, ring. Hi, Cortensia here. Chicken curry.
This just confuses me. I'm like, I used to think, right? No lie. When I see things like this, right? Because have you ever been to like these side shops and so on when they're putting their lists out and they're telling you what they have, and they don't say, which is what an English colleague of mine said, English teacher. He's like, stew mutton.
It should be mutton
stewed chicken, and he's like, where's the ed? So when I see curry chicken, I'm like, what's going on here?
So it should be curried.
Is this misspelled? Where's the adjective? Is it even there? I don't even know what's going on anymore. You know, I'm lost. I want somebody to help me out, guys. Help me.
This is why you put the noun first and the verb after.
What verb, Cortensia?
Because you're currying the chicken. Is an action. Let them know you're cooking.
Help me. Move on.
No, it's an action. It's chicken curry. The Trinidadians need their cards taken back. All my Trinity friends, I still love y'all.
Wow, I have no idea what just happened here. I still don't know what you call it because you're saying two things. I'm asking for help as to whether it's like stewed mutton versus stew mutton.
No,
And, have you ever seen it?
It should be stewed.
Have you ever seen this? You
It
go
should
like
be stewed.
it's
You're
like
correct.
it's like fry rice. What's for lunch? Fry rice, not
No,
fried.
it's
rice.
fried rice.
Oh please, everybody here has seen that once or twice.
Yeah, but we know the correct thing should be fried rice because
So what
rice
is this?
is fried.
So what is this?
There should be chicken that is curried.
If it ends in Y, just like fry,
Uh-huh.
and it comes before,
Well, I
then
give
should
up,
it
yes.
be?
But
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm asking for help. All right?
But-
I'm asking for a friend.
But in GT, it is chicken curry, not no curry chicken.
Yeah, no wonder we have
The
difficulty
chicken is what
understanding
is
each other.
curried. The curry. I didn't hear that one.
I said, no wonder we have problems understanding each other. We don't speak the
Exactly.
same language, do we?
We
Because
don't.
it might be something. It might be, what do you say, curry chicken in one place and chicken curry in the other
next
place.
place.
It might be another thing altogether.
What would that be?
I have no idea. That's why I'm asking.
How the chicken got curried?
Nah, I'm not even asking that question. Okay, here we go. We're safe from the curry, finally. You don't like oxtail.
No, that's whack because in Guyana, Christmas time, we do this thing called pepper pot, and oxtail is part of it. Yeah, and Riri loves a pepper pot, so Riri loves oxtail too. She talks about that on the American scene. I'd be like, Riri, they don't know pepper pot.
True story.
Yeah.
I really thought oxtail was the tail of an ox. And those of you out there who actually think that, you're in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, but I think some of it do come.
No, it
Is it cow
doesn't
tail?
at all.
Oh,
there is no ox in the tail. All right?
Okay, Jeremy,
I'm
you
serious.
win.
There is no ox in the tail.
Okay, fair enough. I'm like, what is he saying? He got me for a minute, but I got you. I got you.
Oh, okay, there you
I got you. Mhm.
Did you guys realize that, by the way? Because it took me like a long time and watching TV to realize that we weren't actually eating oxtail. We call it oxtail, but it ain't no ox there. Wow.
But it's not, although it's fatty though, I don't know what is it that draws, because when we go to the States and we go to this, what is it called again? Oh my gosh. But they do the best oxtail. I can't remember the name right now. And I have, because I don't like fat, I literally have to pry off my meat, because it's the only time I'm going to eat oxtail or in the Christmas. Pry off the little meat, and I can't suck it like how people suck it. And I wonder why do people love all of this? Just like bullfoot soup. Not me.
Listen, here's what I want to know. Do you guys know that there's no ox in the tail? If you do, you ought to be telling me what there is in the tail, right? I want to know if you know, because when you see this, I'm pretty sure that some tourists probably think that they're eating the tail of an ox.
Oh, but oxtail is the culinary name for the tail of cattle. Oxtail is the culinary. Okay.
You get it.
Fair enough. Yeah. So
You
if
guys-
you didn't get it the first time, it is a culinary name for the tail
That's
of,
a tongue
of a
twister.
cow.
So here's the thing, right? Why in the planet would we not call it what it is?
Cow
Cattle
tail.
tail.
You
No.
fancy it? Why you gotta be so fancy?
No, it's not cattle tail, it's oxtail. Why? It
cow
sounds
tail.
better? I don't get it. The origin, somebody's got to tell me. Did somebody think it was ox at first and then they realized it was cat, but it just kept the name? I don't know. Somebody look this up for me, please, and let me know what it is, because I don't know how you get an ox from a cattle, but somebody did it.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, we all love oxtail, so our Caribbean card stays. Chicken curry. You hate porridge?
No, I did. No, I did. For a very long time.
As a kid?
I did. As an adult, even. I did. What? I hated the thing. Like, seriously.
Which one? Which one specifically? All of them?
All.
Wow.
All. I hated it.
Oh, I love porridge. And when I go to the different islands, I try their porridge. Like, I like the plantain porridge in Jamaica. Jeez.
Sorry, say that again. The what? The plantain porridge?
No plantain. No plantain.
The plantain porridge?
Plantain porridge.
I know, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna get you know. Oh man, I look forward to that so much. Minus the sugar. I just add until I get it. You know. But oh my. Wow. And that's what I normally do. When I go to different places, I eat what they eat. to, you know, immerse myself in the culture. But one porridge, I can't seem to, I would say I love or understand is the cornmeal one. And this is why I don't understand how people...
You love it?
No, I don't like it.
That's the one that I would probably eat above all else.
Cornmeal?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So maybe your Caribbean card needs to be revoked. If you don't like that.
Cornmeal
I don't know.
porridge?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like yesterday or no, day before, I turned corn and I'm like, I'm lazy. I don't want to cook for me. So I have this little piece leave over and Jamie, I'm fighting to swallow the thing. And I'm like asking Uncle, how do you like this? And it's, Jamie, the taste is superb, but I cannot, the mere fact that I know what it is, I can't get it to swallow. I'm like, how do you do? He'd be like, come try. I'm like, but it's like, how? And you eat it with stew fish too? How does porridge and that
Well,
go
is it
together?
stew or is it stewed? I don't know. The jury's still out for
Listen, you know we don't try to be that proper, right? So it's stew fish, not stewed fish, stew fish.
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Or steamed. You see, we're supposed to say steamed fish. We say steamed fish.
Listen, we say a lot of things.
Yeah.
You think soca is garbage?
Then you can't need to get
garbage. Are we being fancy here?
You got France.
Yes.
Omelette de fromage. No, then your cat has to go. Soca is the thing.
Soca is cool, man.
Yeah. No, obviously.
Although I didn't have a flavor for it when I was in school. I have a flavor for it now that I'm older.
There's a certain genre I don't have a flavor for, and that's DH. But yeah, we'll keep it at that.
All right, so in this segment, you guys learned that there was no ox in the tail.
No.
We didn't call it cattle tail. Don't know why. That's a riddle. Perhaps you can give us the answer to.
We say cow tail in GT.
We still are questioning whether it's chicken curry or curry chicken or curry chicken.
Chicken curry.
I don't know. Or
barbecue
chicken curried.
Stand because we're barbecuing the chicken. Well, we curry in the chicken the next way, which the chicken come first and then come the curry, okay? I thank you. You know, maybe that's why we should say chicken barbecue. How about that? Fair enough, because it's a chicken and then we barbecuing it. Huh.
There is a blank look on my face because I have no idea what you just said.
Y'all, it's chicken curry, not curry chicken.
Listen, you say what you say, we say what we say. Steamed, stew, stewed, curry, curried, cattle tail.
Cow tail.
That works. We'll be back in a moment with more GMSKN.
Hello and welcome to your favorite day of the week, Friday. It's Infused Friday, and you've guessed right, we have another marvelous infused water recipe for you today. Strawberry, lemon and green tea infused water. So let me introduce you to the benefits one can expect from this selection. Strawberries. These potent little packages protect your heart, increases HDL, which is good cholesterol, lower blood pressure and guard against cancer. Packed with vitamins, fiber and particularly high levels of antioxidants known as polyphenols. Strawberries are a sodium-free, fat-free, cholesterol-free and low-calorie food. The bottom line is lemons contain a high amount of vitamin C, soluble fiber and plant compounds that give them a number of health benefits. Lemons may aid weight loss and reduce your risk of heart disease, anemia, kidney stones, digestive issues and cancer. And finally, green tea contains healthy bioactive compounds. These compounds can improve brain function, increase fat burning. The antioxidants may lower the risk of some cancers, contribute to the prevention of type 2 diabetes, and assist in the prevention of cardiovascular disease, also in the protection of the brain from aging and reduce bad breath. Amazing benefits. Let's get infusing. Here are the ingredients. 1 bag of green tea, 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of hot water, 1 lemon halved, juiced and half sliced, a handful of strawberries halved, and ice cubes for serving. Directions. Place tea bag in a cup of hot water, let it steep for 5 minutes, then remove, and let it cool before pouring into a jug or pitcher. Add the remaining ingredients and let it infuse for 30 minutes before serving into large glass filled with ice. So delightful. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
no cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back, guys, as we continue our Friday show. An apology is an expression of regret or remorse of actions. In this segment of Real Talk, Jamie and I will be discussing the act of apologizing and later on voting on whether or not some statements are valid apologies. Join us in this discussion and share your thoughts in the comment section below. So, curry chicken or chicken curry?
Apologies, Cortensia. Apologies.
So, Jamie, what do you think makes a good or bad apology?
A pat apology. I love that. A pat apology. Wow, this is great, isn't it? A bad apology. Yeah, try saying that 3 times really quickly.
A bad apology, a bad apology, a bad apology. Got it.
All right, now we go. Take number 14. A bad apology is one that is induced. It has to be induced. You're doing it not out of sincerity, but because you're forced.
And a bad apology, oh my God, there me go, getting your tongue tied, contains but. I'm apologizing, but you, bad apology.
I'm sorry that I said what I said because you made me do it. That's good, yeah.
Bad apology. Keep it then. I don't want it.
I'm sorry that you're so sensitive to what I said.
But I was only making a joke. No, you weren't. You were saying what's on your heart. Bad apology.
Or I'm sorry that, I don't know, you weren't actually born. Okay. We just talked about the leap year. I'm joking around, right? Yeah. So it is what it is.
Well, this is why you're only 4.
All of that.
Oh, wow. Rough.
Well, hey, at least we get to play around with these things.
Yeah.
Love these things.
So what do you do when you don't think you were wrong?
Nothing. What is there to do if you don't think you were wrong? Do you argue? Do you say I wasn't wrong and you have World War III? Well, World War III is probably coming soon. World War IV, let's call it that.
What?
You know, what do you do? I don't know. What do you do?
Well,
no real life examples, please.
No, I wasn't going to give any real life examples, but as you rightfully say, if you don't feel you've wronged the person, there's no need to apologize, because maybe you don't speak after that. How about that?
Oh, okay. Well,
real
there's
life.
that. There's
real
that.
life situation.
Oh, so you don't talk, you just stop talking. You're like, I will never speak to them again, that person again.
We are never, ever, ever going to be friends.
I swear to you, I'm getting tongue-tied today. I wanted to say them and that person. I said them. I don't know if you caught it. THAM. We're inventing words today.
New word.
Do you like or do you not like my vocabulary? Seriously.
Vocabulary is giving you drama today.
I guess. I guess.
We all have those days.
All right, so sometimes it's best to apologize for the offense, not necessarily the act.
Okay.
Oh, I see how that goes. So you're apologizing for the... But how is it an offense? What do you mean by that, though? Apologizing for the offense and not the act.
Maybe how it made the person feel.
So I offended you, so I'm apologizing because in my mind, an offense is an act, right? But yeah. Okay, so I got you. So you're apologizing for their taking offense. How do you do that? I apologize. I'm sorry that you took offense for what I said. I didn't mean it that way, and so I'm not apologizing for what I did. I'm apologizing for the fact that you took offense.
Oh, no,
how does that work? That's a bad apology.
I would have told them you took offense. You need to put it back because where did you get that fence from? Yes, I'm gonna make it fun.
No,
put the fence back.
That's I don't know.
Exactly.
I get the sincerity, but how about just say I'm sorry? That works, right?
But
I'm sorry.
See, it
That's
says
enough.
I'm sorry. Sometimes is not enough. So you
Sometimes
have to.
it is.
So you have to have a whole apology, like writing the epistle and just like rolling it out, you know? Have you ever seen one of those? I seen one of those on YouTube. Somebody was making fun and they were going to apologize and they just rolled out something, you know, like what do you call them that they write stuff on?
I don't know, scripts? I don't know.
Remember, like the Bible roll-ups?
Yeah.
Or like the Declaration, Proclamation of Independence, stuff like that, yeah. This person just rolled out a long one.
How about you just say it in your vow? You just say it early, like at the beginning of the relationship. I'm sorry that I will offend you, and that covers everything else that happens after this moment. Does that work?
Yeah, I think we should say that.
Wow.
We should definitely say that when we're getting into relationships, there are some things that I will do that will not be your cup of tea. Like I will say chicken curry and you will say curry chicken. So
we're at that again. Ooh.
It's gonna be more than that, but I would appreciate if you would understand all of my sorries.
Wow. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about bad apologies, good apologies. Oh yeah.
And there's a last one that said, an apology doesn't warrant forgiveness. So I can apologize, but I don't mean a crap.
Well, right, because forgiveness is not in your hands if you're apologizing. Forgiveness is in the hands of the person who's offended. So some things you can't control.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so at this point, Cortensi and I will be reviewing some apologetic statements and voting on whether they are or are not valid. So we're going to validate or invalidate them.
Wow. Well, how can we determine what is valid and what isn't valid?
Well, easy. We got the power in our hands, so we're going to do it this way. I'm sorry, but there are two sides to the story.
Sometimes we need to get to it.
That's not a good apology. Because you're not genuinely sorry. What you're saying is you're setting it up so that you get to say your piece. You're not sorry. If you were sorry, it would have been I'm sorry, period.
I'm sorry, but there are two sides
I'm sorry,
to the story,
period.
depending. So I have to get to the nitty-gritty and then I'm going to decide whether I'm going to have a bigger apology for you.
But are you sorry?
At the moment, yes.
For what?
For the situation we're at.
No, that's a filler for me.
And we just say, I'm sorry, don't work.
Yeah, it doesn't. It nullifies it.
I want to know the next side of the story before I take your side.
Get you, but to put I'm sorry before it renders it useless because what happens after is that it totally negates it.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, whatever.
Just say there are two sides to
all right.
Sorry, so that's a bad apology for me.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with green. Because I still want to know. You know me, I like to know fast.
Yeah, so red for me.
Yeah.
And you just said that on television. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm fast. I want to know, y'all. I want to know.
Our friendship is really important to me. Will you please forgive me?
That's, yeah.
Said with tears, not the crocodile type.
How did we get to call those tears crocodile tears? Have we ever seen a crocodile cry?
I'm sure there's a story to it.
Because I would like the things we say, just like the oxtail. Come on.
But then doesn't it make sense if you've never seen a crocodile? Why does the crocodile have genuine tears? Ergo, your tears are not real.
I want to see a crocodile cry so that I can continue using that. Crocodile tears.
All right. So this one definitely. Our friendship is really important to me. Will you please forgive me?
Done.
This is authentic.
Yeah. Done. I already said I was sorry. I have apologized for that.
I think you need to say it with a little more gusto, right? I already said I was sorry. I've apologized for that 1,000,000 times.
Jamie, you sound like a husband.
Well, I am a man, but I'm not a husband.
That's how they sound sometimes. Because I'm like, that apology wasn't good enough. You need to say it this way.
Really?
Yeah, and then I get, but you can't tell me how to say my apology. But I'm telling you, if you say it this way, then it works for me. But then it doesn't work for me because I'm telling you what to say.
Well, there you go. But then if you've already apologized, then you don't need to apologize again.
Yeah, that's why I'm going, no, you don't need to, man.
Although I like this one a lot. And this one should count since you're reminding me that you've already said it. So it should really count. I already said I was sorry. I have apologized for that 1,000,000 times. Yeah, all the women looking at me now are saying, you wouldn't do. You're not cutting it.
He's going to get some.
Alrighty. So this is a bad apology because I want to be able to walk on the street safely after today. Right? Yeah. Although it should count because he already apologized.
Say that too, but our mom would say that too, man. Especially if, yeah. I had a bad attitude and it showed. I should have thought more about what I was doing. Yeah, this is a fair enough apology because you owned what you did. Emotional maturity. Yep.
Yeah, it helps if you, have the puppy dog eyes, the sad eyes. I'm really sorry. And you lower your voice.
Why don't we say puppy dog eyes? Because some of those dog eyes or pit bull eyes is real open.
No,
who's
everybody
a puppy
loves
dog?
puppy. Everybody loves puppy.
Yeah, but
everybody loves puppies, believe it or not.
But puppy dogs don't look like this. Puppy dogs, you can hardly see their eyes. So why do we say puppy dog eyes?
I don't know. You're looking at the eyes. Who doesn't love
the things that we...
a young dog? I mean, seriously.
No, everybody loves a young puppy because he can't bite.
It's when we get older, you don't love us anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. Move on.
Yeah. I don't understand why. Why would you put yourself in that bracket, bro?
I'm a guy. You guys say men are dogs, right? I was just joking around.
But how did we get to that phrase of putting men and dogs in the same sentence?
I don't know. Perhaps
you see,
somebody
English
thinks
is real
that,
funny.
No, I think there's always a story. There's always a story behind these sayings, how they get into our language.
What, because they have a deeper voice than us? Wolf?
No, that's not what it is at all. I'm pretty sure you can find it.
But I know why they connote it, because when dogs are in heat, you see how the men just go all over and just bust off, right? So sometimes the puppies don't know who their daddies are, right? So, wait.
I think you're going to have to apologize after this for what you're going to say next. That's what I think.
No, Jeremy's not going to make me say. But that's the only reason I can see them putting men and dogs in the same sentence, right? For that little one issue, sometimes. Okay, y'all, I'm done.
Guys, can I show my red light? Can we say stop, Credenzi?
I'm done.
All right.
No.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
We just spoke about this. Nope.
But you could be genuinely sorry that the person feels a certain type of way. That's not how you feel.
No, but that's not what the person wants to hear as an apology.
Well, you know what? Tone is 99%.
Correct is right.
So I'm sorry you feel that way. It could be an opening to a conversation about, that would rather lead to a more authentic apology. Not that this is not authentic, but if you say it like, I'm sorry you feel that way, and then you just, your body language goes off and you go where you're going.
That's not good.
So it depends. This can be either or for me.
But how will you continue this apology? Because I'm just seeing a but, and once I hear but in apologies, they don't work for me. So how would you make this apology worthy?
I'm sorry you feel that way.
But
that's not what I intended.
But you said a conversation. Okay,
yeah, but that's not what I intended.
Fair enough. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah, your sensitivities are kicking in. That's why you reacted to it the way that you did. It's not what I did. It's how sensitive you are. By the way, that's part of the apology. That should follow that, right? Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm trying to think. I'm sorry you feel that way, but that would have been mine. So yeah.
Guys, please don't listen to me. What I just said, that last part is going to land you in trouble. It's the things that you think but you never say.
You come and look for him to help you out. He'll help you out of your trouble. I apologize for my actions. You obviously don't have to forgive me, but I hope you will. Fair enough.
All right, that's a good one.
But it's like you begging though. You hoping that they would.
So you shouldn't be begging when you're apologizing?
No.
Oh, really? So there's no humility involved in an apology?
Yeah.
Or is there enough?
Humble, but you're not begging.
Well, he's begging. Maybe he wants her. Maybe she wants him back. I don't know.
Okay.
That happens.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, smooth sailing from there, right? No turbulence.
Oh, Lord.
No high waves to crash the vessel, right? Because you're in a relationship. Move on.
Yeah.
All those analogies. Yeah.
It's gonna.
I was only joking. Oh, this is a good one. I love this. It doesn't get you any points, but I love it. I love it. I was only joking. All those things that I said, I was only joking.
That boy.
Yeah.
No, as I said, some people mean what they say, so I don't buy that one.
Sense of humor required. Like some of us should come with warning labels. Sense of humor required when you're interacting with us, right?
Yo, that would be good. I was only joking.
That one doesn't get you any points. Well, I say it doesn't really get you any points. It doesn't get you in trouble. Yeah.
Trouble.
By the way, it could be too late to apologize. Anyway, we're not going there.
I totally messed up. I could make excuses, but really, I have no good excuse for my actions, All
right, so what about rattling off these excuses, or these apologies rather, without being sincere? Because you could be saying all the right words, but there's no authenticity supporting them.
You just want to get over the hump.
Until the next time.
Yeah, the next episode.
So I totally messed up. I could make excuses, but really I have no good excuse for my actions.
I'm gonna give it a red.
Is this this isn't, well, he's owning it, but he's not asking for forgiveness.
Like how you said, he's honing it.
He's accepting it, but he didn't say, "Could you forgive me?" You know what I mean?
Nope.
I don't know. This is half.
This is a tough man apology.
I'll give this 49.5%. So that's a no.
Didn't make it
It's
a 50.
close. Yeah, it's
Didn't make it a
close, but
50.
not quite.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
I want to know.
So, is it red light or green light? What are we doing? We're going to commercial after this? Red light, green light? You tell me. Give me a thumbs up.
Do we have to apologize?
No, we're not. We're apologizing for you guys missing us for the next few minutes. Maybe so. This says that we'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Indeed.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
各位朋友，大家好. Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
It is that time of day when we are about to say goodbye. So we want to thank you guys for joining us today for another edition of Good Morning SKN. I'm pretty sure you could say the next part with me if you are an avid viewer of GM SKN on Tune in daily, where you'll find a little bit of everything for everyone. I'm encouraging you, of course, to get your friends and family members to watch. I'm telling you that we can't get to everyone if you don't do that. So the next part is important. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube at Studio 327 Inc. and on Instagram at Good Morning SKN. I keep saying it. The Instagram one is easy. It's Good Morning SKN. You cannot forget that. Can't get the name of the show wrong. It's the only one, right? So remember to like, subscribe, follow, and share. And also visit our website at, this is really difficult, Cretensia.
I know.
www.studio327inc.com. Really difficult. You guys should have checked this out already, but if not, go visit. See what we have there.
And as I said, thank you for getting us to 900, guys, and we are looking forward to the 1,000 mark. So leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. As Jamie says, subscribe, hit the like button. It's normally in red, so let me, hit that button for us. See you.
I don't know anymore, guys. I don't know.
But this is what the subscribe button looks like, or the thumbs up, or the like button.
With a stick out to the top.
Yo, click this button. This button. And see you not tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for tomorrow. No, guys, tomorrow's the weekend. So see you Monday at 8 a.m. when you will start your morning with us bright and early right here at Good Morning SKN. Thanks for watching. See you on Monday. Remember to spread some positivity wherever you go today. Be kind. Bye.